Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. This is Ideal Trading Ideas, and hey, man, we've been out of circulation for about 2 months now. Decided to take it a bit easy. We have over 100 videos out there in YouTube world right now, and we decided to kind of just slow it down a bit. We put out a ton of information in regards to what's going on in the markets. And as you can see, we haven't put out anything since November time frame. We did our November 2021 update for our Robinhood account. Put out another video about Ricey. I know the guys that follow us in regards to Ricey did not like the fact that I had sold off my shares, and I even had some mean comments in there. Pretty much people telling me that I shouldn't be giving any advice. And once again, I would tell you guys that I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm never going to tell you guys when to buy, when to sell. I'm only going to tell you what I do with my own funds, right? So in regards to me selling Ricey, I would say that hey, I did what was best for me, and we did come out with a couple of dollars. In regards to Ricey, I think we sold at 170-ish area. So, and we purchased at 163. Yes, Ricey did go up to 190, but it also dropped right back down to like the 140-ish area. So, hopefully, those of you who had Ricey at that point got off at the more higher note. And it's just one of those things, man. You have to at some point say, hey, I've been holding on to something for a year. I've been holding on for 2 years. And have I actually been able to make money from it? If you are a long-term investor and you're holding and you believe that with time the price is going to continue to creep up and up and up, and you're going to get your just rewards as time goes on. For those of you who are swing traders, you're going to want to, or even day traders, you're going to want to buy at those lows and sell at those highs, and collect those profits, and then repeat process over and over and over again, right? And then those of you who are like me, that typically are a mixture of all of it, will tend to hold for a long period of time and try to do cover call options, which you can't do on Ricey. And at some point, you'll be like, okay, look, either I'm going to cut my losses, I'm going to make some profits. So when you get in that area where you make profits, maybe you won't do it the first time or the second time, but as the stock kind of disappoints you in a sense, you may decide to go ahead and sell for a profit once it jumps up to where you will be satisfied. And that's just not with Ricey. That's with any stock. So moving on to AT&T. We put out a video about what Jim Cramer is saying about AT&T. Obviously, AT&T has struggled over the past couple of months. Went from being in the 30s down to like 22, 21 area. So anybody that bought in that 21 area or 22 area, even a little bit higher, is smiling because the price is now $26. It did make it up to about 28-ish, I want to say, closer to 28, maybe over 28. We were hoping that it was going to hit 29, but it actually finally started reversing and going back down. We hope that it doesn't go all the way back down because we want to see it hit that 29, 30-ish dollar area and keep pushing. So we'll see what happens with that. We do own 10 contracts in AT&T Leaps option contracts that we do cash secured puts on, and that the overall 10 contracts is down negative, but with the cash secured puts, we're actually positive overall. Now, we have two videos right here that were done in October. That's going to be our quarterly paying dividend stocks and our monthly paying dividend stocks. So this is what we're going to kind of push forward being our staple in terms of this channel, giving out quarterly paying dividend stock information and monthly paying dividend stock information. But what we're going to do is kind of push it to, we're probably going to push it to doing it either once every 2 months or once quarterly, so that we're not putting out so many videos. But what we will do is, instead of giving out 5 monthly dividends or 5 quarterlies, we'll give out a little bit more information. So we'll give you a bigger listing of, right? So we may give out 10 or 15 different stocks. We don't want to overload you with all the different ones, but we do want to give you quite a few that you can kind of go through, do your own research on, and decide whether or not that's something that you are going to want to invest in. Now, I'm going to tell you up front, I do not invest in everything that I put out. I do not invest in every single monthly paying dividend out there. or every quarterly paying dividend out there. I only do the research and to figure out what they're actually paying on a quarterly or monthly basis, and I do the research to see whether or not they're at a low, right? Because I tend to want to buy my stocks just like anybody else, stocks, funds, or whatever it's going to be. I want to buy at a low point so that I get more bang for my buck, especially when dealing with dividends, right? Because the ratios change. So that's pretty much what I want to say about that. I did have a subscriber ask right here, Sean Hazel, do you got a platform to contact you directly or a platform where you discuss trades before you place them? Sean, the answer to that is no, but in the near future, we will be looking at doing a paid platform that I will be discussing trades before I invest in them. And I want to say it's going to be maybe $1. I think it's going to be a Patreon account. Now, I want to tell you guys that I've already set it up. I have actually set it up, and but we haven't finished it out yet. So we're going to finish it up, and then we're going to put down how much it'll cost. And what we're going to do is exactly what you said. We're going to discuss what trades we are looking at getting into, and how many I'm talking about buying, and what our scenarios are going to be in terms of, or our parameters are going to be in terms of buy and sell. So whether we're going to be doing cash secured puts, whether we're going to buy the shares straight out and do covered calls with them. And as you know, that's particularly what my strategy is. And we're going to discuss whether or not we should be selling at the money or a little bit above, or a little bit above that, or near the money. We're going to go into all of those. One of the things that I would push in this particular group would be the fact that I'll be leaning more towards owning shares of stocks and doing cash secured puts for will strategy and doing cover calls, right? Because we want to be able to earn premiums on a weekly or monthly basis throughout the year so that we can bring our monies in like that. We want to continue on with that so that we show that we're making money as time goes on, right? So that's where my focus is going to be, and we're going to move on from there. So the answer to the question is no, but yes, that's coming very soon. So with that being said, I want to show you guys the portfolio real quick. So, I like to be upfront with you, transparent. Portfolio is at $9,000 basically, down $358 for the day, or negative 3.86%. Up positive 74.50 cent after hours. I'm going to go into the weekly. Weekly down 485.65, down 5.12%. Monthly, we're up 1384.27, positive 18.17%. 3 months, we're up $612.41, or positive 7.30%. And yearly, we're up $2,027.29, or positive 29.07%, right? Our buying power has increased $4,827.25. Why has the buying power increased? Well, the buying power has increased, one, because we have purchased stocks via whether it be will strategy, which is cash secured put, and doing cover calls that we actually sold off, right? And so, which means we grab money from premiums and we grab money from the sale of the stocks, right? So we have quite a few stocks that have sold off. Now we have buying power to buy more stuff for us, right? So that's pretty much what we've actually been doing. As you can see, we have option trades still going on. And most people would probably look at it and say, hey man, why do you even hold Genius Brand? Why are you even playing around with Genius Brands? Well, Genius Brands is actually a company that actually has content out there. They are purchasing and making purchases of other companies. So at some point, we believe Genius Brand is going to pop like it did before. They do have issue right now with operating expenses that are still leaking out money. So the prices are still going down, but they do have, or they have said recently that they are going to be buying back shares, and they're going to be discarding those shares or taking them out of circulation. So we should see a price jump up soon. And obviously, this contract expires on the 28th of January, which is next week. And it's going to expire worthless, right? Because we don't think Genius is going to drop up to 150 by Friday of next week. So we're going to keep that money. Zynga selling at $7.50 is currently at like $8.99, $9. we just decided, hey man, it was time to get rid of the Zynga shares. Yes, we could roll this and push it out and make a couple more dollars off of it. I honestly just decided, hey, I didn't want to deal with it anymore. We'll sell off, collect our 1,500. We've already collected what we're going to be collecting in terms of cover call monies. We're good to go. AT&T, 5 cover call sales at $28. Now, we once had 2 of these at $28, but we didn't want to continue to play around with AT&T, being that we saw the price starting to move rapidly up, and we didn't know when it was going to stop. So we decided to go ahead and buy to close one of the contracts, left another one open. We're going to see, and we're going to monitor the prices very carefully to see what happens with AT&T, but we are looking to roll this one. Obviously, do a buy to close to either break even or break a little bit under or over, so that we can get up out of this and push it to the $29 call or sell call, so that we can make sure that we lock in our prices, right? We're going to do that on a weekly basis. We have the overall buy call expiring June 17th. We have 10 of them. It's 134 right now, so we're looking to see if it's going to make its way back up to 19 or $1.90 something for the contract. So per contract. Then if it does make it up to that range, we'll go ahead and sell the close, so we can get up out of that. We still have the cash secured put for UVXY right here that we are definitely going to be negative for, or we are right now. We're going to look at UVXY to see what happens. Obviously, fear index. So moving on to the stocks, we still own USO, CCL, PBF Energy, which we had a cover call on that we picked up $440 on for last year for 6 months. We now are open to do cover calls on a monthly basis with PBF Energy again. Azul Airlines, still own those 20 shares. Haven't did anything with Azul since then. We're really just holding on. CEN and GR, these are our quarterly paying dividend stocks that we own on Robinhood. Zynga, once again, $8.98 right now. That's going to be selling off for $7.50 for a cover call. We picked up a new 100 shares from this Friday from cash secured put for Vivid. We actually got in at $7.50. It's now $6.66, so it's dropped down a little bit since we purchased, or where we purchased that. But hey, we don't fret, because Vivid is one of those volatile stocks that we can see right back up in the $7 area within a day's range. So we're going to be looking to see, hey, if Vivid drops down to $6, we hope it doesn't, but if it drops down to $6, we'll buy another 100 shares, so we can go ahead and average ourselves down to about $6.75, and then we'll monitor it from there. But we are going to be making our money from Vivid with cover calls, right? We have Siri, which we're going to be monitoring as well. We own 1 share, but that's because we were given that free, and we're going to be monitoring to see, hey, if Sirius Radio drops down to about 520-ish, 530-ish, we'll look at purchasing 100 shares of Sirius Radio and kind of waiting to see what happens with that as it goes up in price. VXRT is another one that's volatile. We bought in at $5. We were able to pick up about $16 in cash secured put monies from this, so we're actually only down about $4 in reference to this. And we're going to monitor this one as well, because it could drop down a little more, a bit more, maybe $4.50-ish, or even $4. We're going to continue to monitor to see. If it does, we know this is a volatile stock, so when it does pop, it tends to pop up really hard and really fast within a week. So we're going to see what happens with that. And then we still own our 1 share of Limelight Networks, which we're going to sell on Monday, right? Because we don't own the 200 shares anymore at Limelight Networks. So that's what's going on. And what we're going to do is kind of push forward again into our TradingView platform. And we're showing you Cody, right? So what we're going to do is kind of show you different stocks that we are following. Just because we don't have the paid, services up right now, and what our plan is when dealing with those stocks. So Cody is one of them. We'll look at the charts really quick and show you what we're thinking right now. So this is Cody. We also have, this is the weekly chart. So we have our support and resistance line that we set up, and then we are now playing around with the Bollinger Band indicator, right? So these last 2 months or 3 months, we've really been studying Bollinger Bands and want to make sure that we understood those enough to actually speak on them, right? So obviously this is top. We changed the colors too, right? So the top part would be that, hey man, it's oversold, or to believe that it's oversold or overbought in the market, and that it's going to be going down. The middle line would be our SMA, right? 20-day moving average, and then we have the bottom line of the Bollinger Bands, that we believe that once it hits it, it's going to say that, hey man, we're oversold, and it usually pops back up, right? So this is, just looking at the weekly, you can see that usually when it hits that bottom line, especially if it's been going down, usually when it hits that bottom line, it pops back up. And this is, like I said, for the week, right? So usually when it hits it, we start seeing a reversal happens. So we're still learning. At least I'm still learning about the Bollinger Bands, and I'm going to continue to educate myself and read and look at videos myself and make sure that I'm understanding it to the best of my ability, and just keep pushing forward. So this is the weekly chart when it comes to Cody. We're going to look at it right here, and we're saying 714-ish area, maybe a little higher than that we could possibly invest if it drops down to that point. We can actually lower the charts down. We'll exit out of here real quick. Lower the charts down to a daily just to show you what's going on. And when we look at our dailies, we broke it down into 3 months, right? So we want to do it for quarterly, right? So we see our highs right here for last quarter was 1112, and our low was 745. So we believe that, hey, in terms of support, we have a 745 support. So if we drop down to that area and it looks like we're going towards that way, that would be a perfect time to buy. And we could probably hold on and watch it go back up into the $9 range or higher, right? To $11 range. We're going to make money via cover calls from that. But that's in our 3-month chart. So it's a possibility it could do that. But even if you look at it, in this area, you can see that, hey, it's right at an area that would be considered a support / resistance for another area. It's not below, so it's not going to be looked at as a resistance, but it can be looked at as a support, because we go over here, this area right here, as it drop down, could be looked at as a resistance / support area. So we're going to be paying close attention to see, and it could possibly not go down that low. It could just stop right around this area, 770. So we're going to pay close attention to the $7 area for an entry for Cody. I'm going to drop down a little bit more into the 4-hour chart so you can get a better view of what's going on. And according to the 4-hour chart, we already breached a support area from last month, which was December to January, right? So we breached that area, and we're below that. And then going over here into our November, December, we've reached that area as well, so we're right below a support line for that, right? So we cut through a resistance, acting as a support, and then we cut through a support. So now when we look at it, we're in this area, right, from October to November area, which means that we could possibly go where? As low as the September, October low, which is our 771 area, or we could go a little bit lower to 745. So we're thinking that these may be our areas of support. So 770s down to 745. So we're going to be paying close attention, obviously, to entering. So I probably went a little bit more detailed into talking about Cody. We won't do that with some of the other ones, but this is one of the ones that we are looking at. And then we're going to kind of scroll up to kind of show you that we're looking at HBI as one of them as well. UA is another one that we are looking at. And as you can see, it's down pretty far. So HBI, UA, and AAL will stop right there. We haven't built out AAL just yet. But as you can see, they're down. So these are some of the ones that we are looking at in the future to possibly buy 100 shares in, and that's probably gonna use up majority of our funds that we have free for purchase. But we are looking forward to obviously those going up in price. And as you can see, just with looking at AAL, they had highs of $19, $20 plus dollars. So we're gonna see what happens this year when it comes to AAL. Man, we can come out with an extra $400, $500, $600 with AAL off 100 shares. Hey, I'll be happy with it. Hopefully you guys will be happy with it, especially if you guys that possibly may go in with option trades, what I call option trades, or leaps option trades. Hey, you may come in, you may come out even way better than that because you may decide to go in with 10 contracts or something, right? At this point, I'm kind of putting that on the back burner. We want to just purchase shares, and we're going to see a steady increase. I feel more comfortable with that as of right now, and then we'll get into some other stuff. But we're going to be talking as a community in terms of what we plan on doing when we get into the paid portion of it, right? So those are a few that I'm actually looking at. Hopefully you guys are looking at some of those or even more. This is my watch list, so obviously you see my watch list is vast. We don't pick just one stock or one sector. We're pretty much all over, quite a few, and we're watching and watching and watching. And you even see that I have my forex stuff up here because I do trade in forex and I do trade in crypto as well. And I even show you a quick glimpse at what we have in the crypto area. As you can see, these are my cryptos that we're following as well. So we're following quite a bit of a lot of stuff, man. So we have a lot going on. Anyway, hopefully you guys have a great day. And hey, if you have any questions, always remember to just drop me a line over here on YouTube and I will get back to you. Have a great one. Bye.